what's going on, everyone? This is OnlyFlops. I almost said Fixer Flops. This is OnlyFlops, episode 4, and I'm here with my boy Jeremy.
I saw it, dude.
What is that? What's that thing on
Saw,
your
dude.
mic? I just noticed that. What is that?
Oh, they'll let you know in the comments. They're out there. They know.
Okay. On that note, we need more submissions. So if you're watching this and you haven't submitted your floppy setup yet, that didn't really come out right. Your setup that should be featured on OnlyFlops, which looks pretty rough and needs to be absolutely roasted by myself and Jeremy. Go ahead and do that. The instructions how to do so are in the video description. You could have a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card, or I'll just PayPal you $100 if you live somewhere outside of the States. So with that out of the way, let's get straight into the first listing, but first,
The shill's incoming, boys. Stay with us.
Corsair's Xeneon 32 QHD 165 is a versatile monitor chock full of leading tech for your gaming and content creating needs. Enjoy a quantum dot, color accurate 32-inch fast IPS display with a blazing fast refresh rate of up to 165 Hz for ultra smooth picture. Couple that with a 1 millisecond response time and you've got yourself a sweet gaming panel. And with its sleek and slim ergonomic profile, which of course doesn't hurt, it's sure to impress on any desk. You can learn more about it by clicking the link below. All right, so let's pivot on over to our first listing. We haven't seen any of these, by the way. They're as fresh to us as they are to all of you. Oh, what is
There's
that?
so much going on.
Oh my god. Okay, let's break it down from left to right. What is that? Is that model train set there on the far left?
Yeah, I don't know what it's on top of.
We can see they were just coming off a fresh Greg Salazar video. Much appreciated there on the screen. We've got an absolute freaking clutter of stuff on this desk. I still kind of cool looking though. I don't know why. I think it looks cool. It's the lighting, the ambience of it all. I'm not sure what this thing in the center. It looks like a clock to me. It says 23H. It's like the 23rd hour, maybe like the 4. I don't know. Whatever that is. You think it's what a speaker or power converter or something?
I don't know what it is, man. You got stumped.
And then of course we have the car over to the right, which
Who you gonna call, Greg?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'm not.
It's Ghostbusters, dude.
Oh, are you serious? I'm gonna get roasted for not knowing that.
Yeah, roast 'em.
Oh my gosh, it felt familiar. I don't know. Anyway, we have the OnlyFlops down here, which is required for these entries. Thank you very much. Picture number 2. Wow. There's a lot of. Do you see is that ketchup or hot sauce?
That's hot sauce.
And a rotary phone. I love this. This is gold.
I see a yo-yo, a crossword puzzle, an old Pepsi can, an old Coke can, and Hot Wheels on the wall. It's like Goodwill.
Picture number 3 is of the build itself. Nice purple hue in there. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Cable management could be a tad better, I think. Let's see picture number 4. Yes, the insides not too dirty. I don't know. At least I have a frame of reference now. I can compare the builds we're about to see to this one. This one, in my opinion, is not very dirty. What do you think?
No, it doesn't look bad. He's even got like a platinum power supply.
He's got a platinum power supply.
All right, and let's move on to entry number 2.
That would be this entry here. We have the OnlyFlops on the piece of paper. That's great. And this just screams totally different vibes. This is like a totally different approach to a setup. I kind of like it. It reminds me of my first setup in a way, but it's just not my style. I don't know. What do you think, Jeremy?
It's the classroom special once again.
The classroom special. I just noticed the Dell Optiplex rig to the right. I apologize. I just noticed that, so now I understand a bit more why you said that, because this looks like it was straight up stolen from my middle school. No graphics card. Okay. So probably not the most enjoyable gaming experience, but it does look pretty clean. Picture number 3, you got an 80 plus Dell power supply there. Of course, you got to have that. Looks like we're rocking an SSD, so boot times are probably pretty fast. But the lack of a graphics card, that's what's really hurting here. Behind the monitor is a bit cluttered as well. It could need some work, yeah, but it's not terrible, right?
It's a stock Dell computer with an SSD. Let's not church it up here.
Okay.
This guy put like minimal effort here. I mean, this is not running anything.
I know, you're right. And look, we for gaming, you're not going to get very far. Even if this has, I mean, does he even say what's in this rig? Yeah.
Yes, and his resolution is 1366 by 768.
Right. So this has a 4460 in it, and a well, actually, that's really all we have here. Intel HD graphics 4600, 1 gig of video memory, which is pulling from system memory.
He
SS
listed
bare
the video
bones.
memory.
Which is, yeah, I mean, system RAM is what you're pulling that from. But thanks for clarifying that for us. Much appreciated. Oh, okay. So on that note, keep that in mind, right? Entry number 2. Let's move on to entry number 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so the photo is very, very low resolution. I apologize for it looking a lot smaller here on screen. I can obviously see that they did the hashtag OnlyFlops. That's great. So valid entry.
Taped it right onto the monitor.
Dude, is that like a that looks like a TV dinner stand. I don't know
Yeah.
what else that could be. So definitely bare bones, definitely worthy of the OnlyFlops playlist. Kudos. The system over there to the right looks decent. Let's see what the third photo reveals. It's again very low res, but it is okay. I mean, it's better than the second entry's build. You know, he's got a graphics card at least. Cable management is rough, to say the least.
I think this is the first time we've seen a bottom mount fan for the case. I don't think I've ever seen a fan mounted on the bottom next to the power supply.
Not sure how much work that's doing since it's pretty much sitting on some, and it's essentially like the fan down power supply situation where it's not really pulling a ton of air, but I don't know, it keeps things isolated, I guess. Yeah, I mean, impressions about this setup. The fourth picture is just kind of more revealing there of the internals. It's the setup itself is pretty sketchy. It's pretty bare bones, but the rig is actually a bit better than entry number 2's. So I'm kind of in the middle here between 2 and 3 being the worst so far. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I have not even made close to a decision yet. I'm waiting to see the fourth one.
Speaking of, let's move on to entry number 4. Alrighty then. Let's kick things off with the box of Kleenexes on the left side. What do you think there, Jeremy?
Oh man, don't put me in this position.
All right, so Kleenex is over there. There's like we got a water bottle, a HyperX microphone. So decent peripherals, SteelSeries mouse. Can't tell what keyboard that is. Controller user, so you're going to be ostracized for that. I'm just kidding. Let's move on to the second photo, which is of the stained seat. Maybe if you win $100, you could replace that seat. That's irking me a tad. We have our shot of the build here, which it's kind of dirty. It's probably the dirtiest of them. I would deem this worthy for PCDC. Definitely needs a deep cleaning. The blue graphics card's kind of throwing me off a bit, but I guess it's sort of kind of balanced with that RAM. I don't know.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
How much? How much would I need to pay you to lick that rear exhaust fan? And we've got one more photo here. This one I'm a bit confused by.
I don't know. I think we should let your fans decipher this. Probably lead us to some treasure or something.
This is some Illuminati type stuff here. I'm almost concerned for anyone who tries to translate it. This is like a TV, part of the setup, I suppose. It looks like it's hooked up to the computer, but interesting to say the least. Back to this PC again. Specs. Let's go ahead and pull up specs. I'm just curious. i5 4460. Actually, ironically, the same CPU as entry number 2's, I believe. 16 gigs of DDR3 and RX 580 and Z97 motherboard, which it's a bit odd pairing a Z series motherboard with a locked Haswell Core i5. But anyway, it's a decent build.
He's got just about as much RAM as you do, Greg.
You know what?
16 gigs.
Don't hate on my RAM, all right? Jeremy thinks that having 64 gigs of RAM in a system makes him the head honcho.
You have to have it, man. You have to have it for
I
Premiere.
tried telling him it's
You know what the minimum specs are for Premiere Pro?
like 128 gigs of memory and
32 gigs.
32. Yeah, no, that's what I use.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there are benefits of using 64 gigs, but I just don't really need 64. I can get by just fine with 32. My editing, for the most part, is done with anyway because you've taken that job over. You should have told me, man. I could have expensed that 64 gigs for you. It's a write-off.
Guys, I'll leak the DM where I asked him for RAM. I'll do it.
Oh, you want to show him my response?
Yeah.
It was a
There was no response.
it
There
was
was
a
no
single
response.
emoji. No, it was a single emoji. I'm sure you can imagine which one it was. So I'm gonna pick the one I think's the worst, and then we'll show him yours, and then I guess at that point we'll leave it kind of open ended. I should also mention that there was a bit of a dispute regarding voting for episode 3, which is why we haven't talked about it yet. So we'll reveal the winner after this. It's got to be this one. Jeremy has no idea which one I'm talking about. It's the one with the super sketchy like outdoor dining chair and
Mm.
the large like I don't know what wooden desk that is. Yeah, it's like your mom's or your grandma's furniture is basically the vibe I get from this. I think this is the worst. Now let me explain why. Because the
Mm-mm.
specs are ultra bare and there's really nothing else contributing to the setup vibe here. The chair's super sketch. This again is consisting of like peripherals that look like they were ripped out of a middle school. And I think this person could use the money the best. That's my view.
Listen, dude, this isn't a competition of who can use the money the best. This is a competition of who has the worst setup, and that would be submission number 1.
You know, just so we're clear, before I show this, I'm saying it's the worst setup by saying they could use the money the best. Okay, that's what I'm implying there. If it wasn't the worst setup, the money wouldn't be used the best in this setting. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not going to get defensive. Here we go. This is the one you think looks the worst. I disagree. I think there's a lot here. This person clearly has a lot of resources, and yes, it's dirty as heck, but that's not the only thing we're critiquing here, right?
I don't know, man. I think he wins. I think
Why?
you just think that it doesn't deserve $100
No, I just
because it's
think this
so
person
bad.
has more. I think there's more here.
Yeah, there is more here, but look at it. It's pure clutter. He can't even move his mouse.
Okay, yeah, but you don't need $100 to clean up a desk.
Mm.
You're gonna hire a maid to do this for you. Like you're not that
Maybe
lazy.
maybe
You
he could
just
maybe he
take
could spend $100 on storage.
take your arm and just go, and there you go, clean desk. Like it's not that hard, you know. But I'm just looking at it. Just I'm trying to look at the bigger picture. I think, and the entry that I showed had the most bare bones setup, the most bare bones peripherals, and the most bare bones furniture. It wasn't super dirty, but that's only one aspect of what we're talking about here. You know that that's my take.
I think he needs more storage for these very expensive, rare collectible items that he has
Like the
in this
Coke can.
photo. Like the Hot Wheels, they're unopened. They've got to be rare. The car,
That's true. There are
that's
Hot
probably
Wheels, and
worth
I didn't even
something.
notice that. That's pretty cool.
This is maybe $300 worth of stuff on
Three.
eBay alone.
Hey, Jeremy. There you are. There you are. I was waiting. It seemed like an eternity for you to return so that we could end this video. I am ready to call it. I think that the viewers have enough information here to make the right decision. So you think it's this person. I think it's this person. But our opinions don't matter because it's up to you guys. You have to vote, and that link of where to vote is also going to be in the video description. Now, we had a bit of a discrepancy. Jeremy isn't aware of this yet, so this will be news to him as well. Apparently, one of the entrants from OnlyFlops episode 3 was petitioning votes. And this goes against the spirit. Yeah, this goes against the spirit of the whole thing, right? Because you're supposed to pick the objectively worst setup. Now, I understand there are different opinions, blah, blah, blah. But when you go to your friends and say, hey, vote for me so I can win $100, your friends are just going to vote for you because you told them to. They're not going to vote for you because they think your setup is the worst. And so basically, one of the entrants got a huge influx of votes. And that was already after he was losing by a few hundred. And so I thought that was a bit odd, did more research, found that out, and confronted him about it. He was very honest. Like it's not, you know, he didn't do anything illegal. There's nothing we can really do about it other than just to disqualify him because those votes technically weren't valid. So the new winner, or actually the original winner of episode 3 is entry number 3, which earned 43.4% of all votes. But remember, entry number 1 had the issue with the petitioning. So we disqualified this person. Number 3 was in the lead for the first 2 days anyway by a substantial margin. And of course, we had like the random 200 votes or so come in for the other guy. And that's why he looks like he won. But number threes looked like this. I'm gonna have Jeremy edit this over so you guys can see what his system looked like, what his total setup looked like, and I think the right person won here. It's pretty disgusting, and he's already told me what he plans to do with $100. He's gonna upgrade his setup, and that's really good to hear. That's the whole point of this playlist.
Don't cheat, you chumps. We'll know.
If we have to, we'll just resort to using some other voting method. I just figured Twitter would be easiest because that's where people are submitting their entries, right? So
we'll break your legs. Don't cheat.
Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna get demonetized. Thanks a lot. That was a joke, just in case anyone intends on suing us for that. That was a joke.
Nope.
Jeremy, shut up. That was a
broken
joke.
legs.
If you're wondering when we will pick your system to be featured in one of these videos, it's probably going to happen pretty soon. We do need more people to enter, though. And again, that info is in the video description. So if you have a pretty disgusting, trashy setup that you just want to have roasted here on the playlist and you want a chance to win $100, be sure to follow those instructions. I think this was a pretty interesting one. We very clearly have different opinions about who deserves to be the winner. I'm interested to see who you guys pick. Hopefully it's mine, but if it's not, as long as it's not Jeremy's, I'll be okay with it. So with that, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. My name's Greg. His name's Jeremy. Thanks for laughing with us.